Well, hello everyone. My name is Mark Thielen, music director of the Imperial Symphony, and we started to run some interviews with our musicians, and we're calling it, I believe, Musician Mondays. So, on our screen right now, in this installment, we have one of the pillars of the ISO, I would think, and his name is Dr. Danny Tindall, and he's our timpanist of the orchestra. And how are you doing tonight, Danny?
Doing well.
Good. How's the virus treating you and your family?
Well, it hasn't treated us yet, so we're real thankful for that.
Well, that's a good thing. So you guys kind of staying in place and staying at home, and except for groceries or whatever. And
Well, to a certain extent, Vicki, of course, is a guidance counselor at Bartow High, so she's had to go out to check on some of the kids. But other than that, she's able to work from home. I've been doing some volunteer work, so I'm out some. And Jared is having to work at Walgreens, helping in that pharmacy and all that.
But other than that, it's when I get out to do some things, there's a lot of cars on the road still. So
yes,
you see those pictures of New York, and there's no cars on the street. And well, I guess we had, 50,000 cases, we wouldn't be on the streets either, or whatever it is.
Right.
So, well, you've been with the orchestra how many years, Danny?
It's 30-something. I don't know the exact number, maybe 34.
Right. Now I know, and you're not a Floridian, are you? Where are you from originally?
Well, I actually grew up in Tallahassee, born in Kentucky, but my dad was in the Navy, so we traveled a bit here and there. But Tallahassee was really where I grew up in Florida.
Okay, all right. So how did you get started? Now, you're our timpanist, but you've also grew up as, I'm sure, a percussionist through and through, as all you guys are. So how did you get started, and why?
Well, actually, the choir director at our Baptist church just happened to be the percussion instructor at Florida State University at the time.
Okay.
So he took me on as a student, and I just fell in love with music from the beginning. My grandmother had gotten me into piano when I was very young, too. So I continued that on through high school with Oliver Hobbs as the band director, and went to Florida State University and got my music education degree there. Took a band for a short time after that. Then I went into the Navy, and I spent several years there as assistant first lieutenant and nuclear weapons officer for a while. And after I left the Navy, I went to East Carolina University, where I got a master's in percussion performance. I played with the Charleston Symphony, played with the Jacksonville Symphony, I played with the Atlanta Symphony, several orchestras like that. Went to Athens, Georgia to be the percussion instructor, and also finish a doctorate in music education. Then I came to Southeastern University, and from there I was brought in to chair the Department of Music and build a program. And then I found out about you.
How long were you there at Southeastern?
I was there about 32 years.
Okay. And I know, because I've been in Lakeland forever, like you. I'm sure it was exciting for you to see. I know when you first got there, it's certainly nothing like it is today. The campus, there's just the campus itself. And I know you were, no pun intended, instrumental in making that music department very dynamic by making some wonderful, adding additional faculty members, for example. Ron and Annabelle Gardner certainly took that string program to a nice level. And so it is exciting now. The few times I ever drive by there now, you don't even believe it's the same university as it used to be, of course. And so you have to be proud of those accomplishments, and that you were a part of that building team with that university.
Yeah, I have to say the Lord really helped us through that, because it was a monstrous thing to build a program like that. From being a university which was really a college on the other side of the tracks,
Right. Yeah.
and to come up. So I'm very grateful and blessed.
Yeah. Well, we're certainly blessed to have you. I was thinking, the people that I've interviewed, but you strike me number one as being the consummate professional with everything that you do. But when I get there, most rehearsals or concerts, particularly I'm there, way early. And who's the first one walking in? It's usually you, And so we always have a great chance to chat, even before concerts. We don't care whether it's rehearsal or concert, but we've had some great discussions. I know I've had a chance to work with you at some Southeastern things over the years, and
Oh,
we
yes.
just appreciate so much what you've done for the community and for the ISO. And so how do you, have you enjoyed, I know our new look, it's been about 3 years old now. And so you enjoy that? And
Very much. I enjoyed the volunteer situation, but I have to say that this is such a dynamic improvement. Everyone is very serious about the playing. They show up for rehearsals. Everybody is prepared. It's a whole new world. It's what I was used to when we would play things like with Atlanta or something, where everybody was on top of the game.
Right. And you know what really pleases me, obviously the musical side of things, but we had that wonderful community orchestra, as community orchestras go, and we were like a family. But we haven't lost a lot of that by and so many new people, and that I really appreciate that. And I think they do too, because so many orchestras like ours are, you just show up and you leave, and that's the end of it, and see you next time. But I think we try to take care of our musicians. And that just doesn't mean feeding them, which that helps them. Feed a musician, you got them forever, like leaving a bowl of milk on the doorstep for a cat, they'll come back.
In church, we call that fellowshipping.
Right, there you go. Absolutely. So anyway, and of course, this thing has canceled so many things for so many of our musicians. And this is towards the end of the year. Of course, this got canceled. I'm just thankful that we did get that last Masterworks concert in,
Yes.
So God willing, I don't know what's going to happen in the summer with the rescheduling, but every orchestra's trying to reschedule something for the summer. So we'll see how it goes. Now, I assume you don't have your timpani there with you.
No, I don't.
You'll carry it in your pocket or keep it in your trunk of the car. But do you have something you can show us here?
How about some snare drum sticks?
What is a drummer without his sticks, So I've asked Dan actually to, so people, now every percussion instrument to me has its own problems and unique qualities. And if you talk to enough percussionists, and I ask you guys questions all the time about percussion, because I'm certainly not one, but I always like to find out. So when Harrison started, before the days that we had hardly anybody in the orchestra, I actually did play some timpani, because I figured, if we played something with 2 notes, I'd have a chance at it. And you don't want me on. And I figured, and you could probably verify this, that snare drum is certainly one of those highly skilled instruments that it's not the triangle, even though the triangle has its own problems too. But snare drum is hard. Even it acts on the principles of rebound and ricochet and all that kinds of things. But in drumming particularly, they have things that are called rudiments, or basic strokes. And so I've asked you if you would maybe demonstrate a couple of them and tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I think, for instance, for the violinist, bowings are both for technique of playing and proper interpretation of a musical score. But for the snare drummer, rudiments establish technique and performance in terms of things like cadences or drum corps and marching band. But some of them are actually important in orchestral work.
Uh-huh.
But what I thought I would do is just for about 30 seconds, show you one rudimental solo,
Okay.
which is one of the oldest, actually. It's called the Three Camps.
Okay.
And it used to be called the Mother and Three Camps,
Okay.
or Points of War. And it was actually played as reveille. It was the
All right.
reveille, or in all branches of the military, from about 1779 until 1875, when it was replaced by bugle.
Okay.
But this particular one is actually done in various ways. One of them is with
Danny,
triplet.
before you go on, could you put the camera down a little bit? Is that possible? So we can see.
I can.
There
And
you
I'm playing on top of Where the Crawdads Sing book.
What else? What else would you choose?
Since I do not have an instrument here.
All right, anytime you're ready.
All right, this is just the triplet version. That's the basic accentuated pattern, but now it's also done with rolls. So you have variations on that. Now there are other rudiments real quickly. You've got, of course, the single stroke roll. You've got the roll, the open roll. You have the closed roll. You have flams. You have flam accents. You have flam paradiddles. You have all kinds of different rudiments that we could go into. Ruffs, which sound like a horse. And multiplicity of things. Let's see. So there are 26 standard ones, and they've added more to that. So
you move your camera back so you can see your face. There you go. All right.
There we are.
I'll never think of crawdads in the same way, you know.
No.
Crawdads on a stick.
Okay.
Well, Danny, thank you so much for being part of our series here. I'm hoping to do most of the musicians throughout the summer, and it's just fun getting to see you guys, first of all, and you know, because we miss each other, especially when we're supposed to be together, that we can't be together. So I appreciate all you've done for the orchestra through the years, and like I said, the community, and I appreciate you being a friend, and you can't replace that with anything.
All right. Thank you. And Mark, we are so grateful to have you as our conductor, somebody who really understands not only how to treat people and how to work with people, but just a massive understanding of music. So we're thankful. I
appreciate that, and the check will be coming soon for your comment.
Thank you. Right after my stimulus check.
All right, good. There you go. All right. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate it. Good night.
All right. Good night.